The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance. The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the game between Throw Syndicate and the Resistance. It has been a painfully long wait to come back from this rehost. We were plagued with a multitude of technical issues never seen before in this league so far, and even in the previous league. We've never had these many problems, but most of it was out of our control. Thankfully, they have come back into our control, and we are back with a match. Throw Syndicate will be taking on the Resistance. The match is resuming right here, right now, live on your screens, as we will come back with round 4 on the map of Coastline. And we've got first floor kitchen service and kitchen entrance being played by the side of the Resistance. Where we last left off, the third round was won by the side of the attack. Throw Syndicate had a great round to win out round 3. And now in round 4, the Resistance are looking to extend that lead and stop Throw Syndicate from going into a equalized situation, as round 4 is about to be underway. Or, as I, had a suspicion, turns out it will not be underway, ladies and gentlemen, because now, turns out we haven't had all of the settings done properly. It's one of those days. It's one of those days, ladies and gentlemen, where just things never seem to go right. We were about to get back into the game. It was all exciting, and then attacker unique spawn somehow not on. I mean, there's only so much that one can say about that before it starts getting repetitive, but we will have to go into an admin rehost this time around, as that is the second rehost that has been used up in this game. Throw Syndicate have already used up theirs, and now we have an admin rehost from our own end. Thankfully, most of the heavy problems are behind us, so there shouldn't be any more issues going forward from here after this very quick and very short, once again, break in the action. Thankfully, it hadn't, really started out, and we didn't, get into the meat of it before we had to take the second rehost. But it is what it is. Sometimes, like I said, it's one of those days where things just never seem to go right. Anyhow, the point still stands. Throw Syndicate, like I said, after this rehost, they'll be looking to equalize the round count and take a couple more rounds before going into defense, because, of course, it is Coastline, which is an attacker-sided map, and you don't want to be in a disadvantageous position going into rounds on roll swaps defense. On the other side, the Resistance, they are 2-1 up. They'll be looking to make that 3-1, 4-1, maybe even 5-1 in an idyllic situation, although given Throw Syndicate's record in this season's qualifiers so far, I doubt it'll be anything more than a 4-2 at best for the Resistance, and that's even me stretching it slightly against Throw Syndicate. I don't really want to make a prediction one way or the other, because both of these teams are very good in their own right. They've got rosters and players that have played in the division stages before. They know what they need to do, so effectively this is like a mini divisions game before we get started with division stages tomorrow. That is right, division stages are in fact starting off tomorrow with Division 2. So all the more reason to be excited for tonight's games. Sure, we won't quite get to see the winners of tonight and last night duke it out in Div 3, but that'll be in a couple of days. Div 2, of course, will be starting off first. And if you're wondering why there is no break between qualifiers and divisions, well, it's because Diwali is coming up, and we want to make sure that all of our viewers get all the siege action possible before we break for Diwali. At the end of the day, of course, it's all about making sure that these stream matches go off as smoothly as possible, and that is why days like this exist to remind us that we are, after all, only human. Wouldn't you agree, Foxy?
I'd have to agree with you on that, as I've been on the receiving end of these issues, if we may just term them like that, for quite a bit now. And honestly, it's just a little frustrating, walking into a match so exciting. We're also hyped 3 rounds in already. Just that little Rios just happened to, just it was like the domino effect. After that Rios, there were tons of stuff that kept happening back to back, and that's been stopping us from bringing you guys the game. And once again, apologies, but we've gotten everything from our end, everything on it, and hey, we'll be up and running once again into the match, very nice and easy. That being put aside, speaking of the match in hand, though, Coastline once again, I think Coastline did put us up on like a really good, energetic vibe of the colorful map that it happens to be. And I have a very interesting question. I just saw somebody on the host's friend list that says Blackjack Small. You would care to explain that, Blackjack?
I mean, it is, shall we say, not my main account, and it
Okay.
is lower leveled, hence
Okay.
small,
Okay. Oh,
Definitely
that.
not trying to
Okay.
imply something.
Oh, right. I just thought that would be like an imposter account. Anyways, that out of the way. We've
Unfortunately, Foxy, this isn't Among Us night.
Oh yes. Oh yes. It's definitely Siege Night over Among Us any day, man. Any day.
Hmm.
Siege Night over Siege over anything. I've got to say it. I've very evidently got to say it. That's just been my mantra for like 3 years now. So I've got to make sure that I stick to it at least in terms of what I'm trying to imply. But hey, we won't be drifting away from the conversation anyway anymore, people. We will be keeping our heads in the game. That's going to be Throw Syndicate and Resistance going into the match very, 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 very soon. People, don't worry. I know everybody's very super, super impatient, but let's not waste any more time and get right into the match. It's going to be on Coastline. Throw Syndicate taking off the Resistance. No more Rio sets. That's what I pray to the Rio squads right now, as we'll be underway with round 4.
Just over here making
Oh,
sure
okay.
that everything is in line. There we go.
Okay.
Everything seems to be in line. So we should be going into the game right here, right now, ladies and gentlemen. Back in a 2-1 situation going into the 4th round. I'm sorry I had to quickly take over right there, Foxy, as the pause was getting a little too long for my taste. But going back to the point at hand, round 4 will be where we resume play from, and the first location will be the side of choice. Hecka with the 6th pick, interestingly enough, out of the Blackbeard into the Ying. Now, we do see Blackbeard every now and again when it comes to Coastline. We've seen him be played extensively by a team in Division 1 by a certain name of Demas Force. But overall, in Coastline, it's not a surprise to see Blackbeard being played because, of course, there are many longer corridors and lines of sight that you can take advantage of with that gigantic face shield of his. Looks like Throw Syndicate don't want to do that, however. They want to employ the Ying. And against Wamai, Jaeger, both of them being in play from the Resistance, I'm not sure how well it is going to work out. It will for sure in certain instances and situations, but they might have to rethink, hard pushing sight with Ying's Candelas, unless, of course, the Resistance's setup is conducive for a push through service entrance, which is, of course, the most common one out there. So maybe it won't be, maybe it will be. Again, when you get into like changing up holds, changing up sides, doing different strategies for the same site, it can all get a little blurry and sometimes you can mess up on the most common, most known front. It happens, it's happened to the best of us, and maybe Throw Syndicate might be able to take advantage of something like that. Not yet from the looks of it. Shots are already being fired. Sounds like Hazi's found a fight, but he's not going to. Actually, not a fight, probably a drone or two. But even then, not too much damage done to Throw Syndicate, as Easy is going to make his way up to the aquarium balcony. Hecko, in the meanwhile, very close to some action, as that's an interesting use of the smoke grenades right there to block off the line of sight towards White Stairs' doorway. Okay, I'm kind of confused with those smokes right there from Hecko. He seems to be very adamant on pushing the luggage corridor window, but he's gone back, retracted his position, as the dock will be tracked via Killsteel's INOT scanner on the Jackal. But Hazi will hold strong in his position inside of security. Nothing much coming out from Throw Syndicate. They are very slow and methodical. They want their intel and they want to know exactly where these defenders are before making any sort of plays. And there's some shots fired as Cherry will take a little bit of damage. Not too much though. He can still take his gunfights, but he's going to choose to fall back for the time being. The Roamer is currently sitting inside of Penthouse and Theater with the rotate out towards the back end of the White Stairs balcony as a grenade comes out. Will it find anybody? No, it won't. No damage done except for a teeny tiny bit to Dhanu as more shots are being fired. Still no bodies dropped. It's Cherry and Dhanu caught on second floor, being approached on from all sides as one body will go down. That is Easy taking the first kill. The grenade comes in. Dhanu takes a bit of damage, but he's still alive. He's still fighting and he's wasting time. Takes a body as well. Pistol comes out. Has no time to reload. Can he find a body or two? He won't. Roxana's taking a kill, and the sledge will refract onto as Easy, unfortunately, takes two bodies right there. Not only taking down the Legion, but also his own teammate, Cheesy Chimkin, is off the board. It's all down to Hecko and Easy. The G8 on the IQ and the T95 on the Ying. 30 seconds remain. Throw Syndicate have only so much time, and the Resistance have more bodies alive and time on their side as well. As the longer Throw Syndicate takes, the harder it's going to be for them to get in and get the plant off or get all the bodies taken from the side of this defense. The IQ coming down Blue Stairs right now is about to go into a fight as Hazi, he's taking some damage, but Easy's going to find one. He's on site right now. He could go for the plant, and he will. He's cleared it out, and Hazi, he's off site. The Ying's found his location, but she will go down. The plant is going off in the meanwhile. There's no time to stop it. Hazi, he has to heal himself up, and he's now got 40 seconds to make this round happen. It's a 1v2. That is now a 1v1 because of that kill onto the Ying just a second ago. The Doc approaching loudly through Blue Bar. These feet will probably be seen if he makes that push, and he has been seen, in fact, down to 1 HP. Will he be able to make this clutch happen? Easy. He's got full health and a very powerful weapon in his hands to make it go his way. As it's all down to the back and forth right now. Q's and E's all over the place, but Easy will be the one to turn around the shield and find the last kill. Hazi will drop. It's an ace for Easy as round 4 goes the way of Throw Syndicate. It was a 2v3 going all the way from diffuser recovery on second floor into sight, and the IQ made it all happen. 2-2 is the scoreline, as we'll see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, and round 5 is a go.
Well, round 5 will be a go indeed, and that was quite the play from Easy. If I may put it, easy peasy lemon squeezy for the man. Definitely enjoyed that ace coming in from the IQ. Interestingly, so it was running the red dot. Usually we get to see the ACOG being run on that, but hey, that out of the way, let's see what we have for ourselves heading ahead into this match. Hookah Lounge and Billiards Room is going to be the site, while we have the Ying six pick once again coming in from the attackers. Attackers definitely they've been coming up with so much more stuff at the Resistance. They have gotten, honestly, I think from our early predictions, and now we might have to make new predictions, because coming in with that huge strategy crew for both these teams, both of them had more than enough and ample time to rethink their strategies where they happen to be going wrong. They want to make some plays happen, and that's exactly what we'll be seeing them do. A good pacing, at least, that Throw Syndicate has found themselves on, thanks to Easy getting that ace. They definitely feel so much more confident, and they'll be feeling so much more in control going right into this match. Round 5 will be underway, and just like Blackjack happened to say, that we'll be exploring the possibilities of how a 2-2 scoreline could go ahead and turn into something different before we head into the match point, or at least halftime for that matter. Right now, Easy has already made his way in. There won't be any spawn peaks coming in from the side of the defense. We don't get to see that kind of aggression because the resistance has definitely they're playing on the back foot. They want to play this a little more concealed. I would say they're a little more in their control, and just in terms of how their positions happen to be given away so early at every single round in the beginning. It's been a great roam clear, if you'd ask me, from the side of Throw Syndicate, except for that little mishap that just happens to have with Danu and Cherry. Sometimes, that's just the stuff we are talking about. But that out of the way, back here with Cherry, 2 ADSs for the man himself. Well, I can only understand why he wants that. They're his ADSs. It's his wish where he wants to put them, people. We don't get to judge him. That was just a joke. That out of the way, we still do have so many free fires coming in from the side of the Skylights. We don't have a huge emphasis in terms of how the vertical gameplay will be utilized this time around, but I don't really blame them. We have Danu. He's going to be playing on the side of VIP. All alone, he's most essentially on the roam clear duty, but or rather the roaming duty, excuse me. But there's no roam clear hunters that have come out for him that he's not being able to find. Just going to be walking around to and fro while finally the push from the side. The attack is happening awfully close to sight. We've got the luggage push from the side of the Zofia. The Chef Nate comes in from below. Cherry is definitely knowing. He knows this. There's no way he can walk away from this unscathed. He's already taking so much damage. Hazy, meanwhile, is going to take the fall from Killsteal. And Echo picks up another frag. And here goes one more. Killsteal is going to get the double. This is exactly what I was talking about, people. Throw Syndicate with the pacing that they've got for themselves. Zofia gets the frag onto the Jaeger. And that's a cleanup, people. It's all down to the one-man show. Prodigy with the smoke. He's got one more left in his back pocket. But does he have the guts to get this clutch in? A 1 versus 4 for the man, and he definitely does not look like he's in control of this, and he won't be for long. Echo will make sure he gets his head off, and that will be Throw Syndicate winning round 5. And like I said, people, we'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. The pacing that Throw Syndicate has found themselves in after the rehost, after that is that the IQ just put in for themselves, has definitely had a confidence boost, and we could see them come in with so much more composure, so much more calmness into round 5. That'll be theirs to take. 3-2 is going to be the scoreline as we head to round 6.
Turning things around, Throw Syndicate taking 2 rounds back to back. Their round pacing has been fantastic as they have emphasized on everything required by the time their setup is done. And when they get in and when they get started, it is already decided for the Resistance. That's what it looked like. It was pretty much that scene from A Fist of the North Star. You are already dead, as the Resistance fell very, very quickly. Now back to first floor kitchen and a Sunrise bar. From the side of the defense, they need to pick themselves back up because the Throw Syndicate are not holding anything back. They are bringing it all out. Every single bit of coordinating skill and every single bit of concentration, focus, and every strategy that they can possibly muster on the attack. It is all going to be coming out in this round because they want this round to go their way. If it is 4-2 for Throw Syndicate going into the defense, then they will have a massive advantage going into the second half of Roll Swap. They will have the round advantage. They will have the lead, and they will have huge momentum, having just won 4 back-to-back rounds. The Resistance, however, they will be looking to resist that situation as we move on with this round. Action phase already in play, and the defenders right now, they need to try and turn things around. Cherry once again trying to spearhead the defense this time, holding inside of offices. The man was pretty much front and center for the push through Aquarium in the last round. This time he's going to be front and center for the push through Office and Blue Bar, if there is such an emphasis that will come out from Throw Syndicate. Looking at this right now, they're pacing this very well. They've got their lead attackers going in, clearing out the second floor along with the drones, which are of course farther ahead. You can see the IQ down the white stairs right now as Cheesy Chimkin is about to go in on the floor of second floor VIP, and Penthouse completely tearing these floorboards apart to give his team lines of sight and vertical play that is always so essential when it comes to pushing first floor kitchen. Hazy, the Doc, inside of Sunrise Bar right now, he's pretty comfortable holding down that region because there hasn't been a big push, any big emphases coming out from Throw Syndicate, at least not yet. This is very similar to what they were doing the last round. They're just spotting the attackers, but Dhanu C4 is going to start things off instead as Cheesy Chimkin will fall. That's very unfortunate for the attackers. They have lost the sledge, and a little bit of verticality will go down as Killsteal will go down as well. Hazy, the Doc, is going to make use of that 3 armor advantage of his, taking down the Ying, dropping the diffuser this time right outside of Blue Bar from the looks of it, as now Easy has gone for recovery. Blue Stairs is where the diffuser is. Shazam is just clearing it out, but is it gonna work? The diffuser's right in his line of sight, but Easy's gonna swing around quickly and then get taken out by Dhanu on the refrag. It's a 2v4 all down to Heko and Shazam's gonna start things off by getting it to side and getting 2 from out of nowhere. It's a 2v2 right now. He could get a third and maybe convert this, but he won't be, as Roxanne will drop the diffuser inside of sight, leaving Heko the last man standing. 1v2 and 35 seconds remaining. Can he make this happen? Kitchen window push is in. He's seen Cherry but can't get the kill. He's very weary of Roxanne, mind you. He just can't get the angle on Jaeger's head as Roxanne holding that cross on the long angle. He's gonna see the ace pushing through. Isn't about to get the kill. Yes, he is. Finally, so many shots missed, but the resistance will hold on as they will not allow Throw Syndicate to take it to 4-2. It'll be 3-3 as we'll see the end of the last round in the ACT Fibernet Instant Replay. So much action, so many gunfights, and so many heads and bodies dropped means it is 3-3 going into round 7 roll swap, and we are going once again to Hookah Lounge and Billiards Room.
That's right. That's exactly where we're headed. But honestly, I've got to give it to Roxanne. The man definitely played to his advantage. You know, just the way the match happened to shape up in the middle of the round. Used the Selma breaches for himself. He knew exactly what is up. He just could hold everything off from the side reception table. Could get those frags in on towards the attackers. Not the brightest idea for the attackers though from the side of Throw Syndicate to get those breaches in and not having the control over the reception area. You getting the breaches in is not a wrong thing, but you're getting them done without the control, without a definitive control on the kitchen. The reception area. Not the best of choices you are making. That out of the way, let's see what round 7 happens to throw at us, because the roll swap is into place. That means Resistance is now going to be on attack and Throw Syndicate will be on defense. We have Cheesy Chimkins actually. He's brought out the Melusi. Did we get to see a whole lot of Melusi from the first half? I don't think so. It was the Resistance, relying on their a little more primitive ops, if I may. So I really don't know what other word I should have used there. But hey, we got ourselves this round up and running. Everybody's just very indulged in getting the prep done. I can only understand because Hook happens to be one of these sites where the vertical angles happen to matter so much as well. So the soft breach reconstruction potential from the side of the defense, at least on operators like Smoke, very influential in making those angles and establishing them early hand before the match happens to kick into action phase. Speaking of the action phase, we are already into it while Roxanne has made his way awfully close to the offices and he might be able to find a frag here. Dhanu meanwhile will be making his way with the ace all the way on the side of VIP once again. Very interesting take with the VIP wall leaving left soft. I'm not sure ace would be the best of choices for you to send on the side of VIP. Hazy, you've got Cherry with the soft breach. So much more soft breach potential could be used, instead of endangering the man on the ace. Roxanne has brought out the grid lock, and that means we've got some track stingers into play for sure. But at least not yet. They're not going to come out yet. Roxanne is just going to be doing some scout duty. Shazam, I think he got baited. I think that's what happened. Knowing from the pace of how confident he was running out of that door, I think that was a 200 IQ bait from Hazy to just make him run out of there and get that kill nice and easy. Really good stuff. The opening frag does go to the Resistance, as that was not the best of decisions. Honestly, Shazam had really zero motivation to go for that aggressive run out. Could have just held down on the site. He was much more utilized over there. That out of the way, we do see Killsteel and Heko taking some damage themselves. That's obviously from the attackers slowly closing it on them on towards the side. You got Cherry taking out Bob Wise, making this push on the side, all the while more easy for them. But right now, it's going to be the case in hand. That is the Thatcher EMPs are coming out. All right, that is something I totally I happen to miss out on the fact. This could be very influential. The man could do so much work just right off right now just with the EMPs, and that's so much time utilized. Honestly, the resistance will be able to have so much time for themselves to go for this plan. That's exactly what is happening. Prodigy is already sticking the plan while Roxanne walks away with a frag on the kill steal. We've got ourselves a 3 versus 5 established. That throws Syndicate has to fight again. Not 2 versus 5 make that. As Danu picks up a frag on a cheesy Chimkin. Here the Jaeger is gonna get spotted. So many whiff shots from both these teams, but it's Danu who somehow wins that still. Meanwhile, Easy did get a frag with the C4 on the Cherry. But is this all for nothing? He's got the shotgun in hand. The pistol in hand now because the shotgun is not employed in long range. Danu watching this from VIP could be his kill to claim, and yes, it will be. Danu will walk away with the final frag, and the resistance will be putting round 7 on board, taking the advantage and the lead in the second half of this match. We'll be taking a quick look at that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. What just happened? It was a nice run once again from the side of the resistance, and I completely happened to forget the fact that Thatcher is still into play. They are using the Thatcher that I did not get to see being used from the side of Throw Syndicate. Good stuff. Honestly, that was a good play from them. Saving so much time, just slowly gaining headway on the side, and happening to use the Thatcher and go for the plan straight right off the bat. Great stuff. Let's see what round 8 holds for us.
Looks like the Resistance knows exactly what they need to do with the Thatcher in play. That's something both of us actually overlooked coming into the ban phase of this match, because the attackers only have do not have access, have been restricted access to Nomad and Buck. Buck you can more or less easily replace with Sledge. Hell, Sledge even has grenades, which sadly Buck no longer does. It's been a while, but that still stings. As Nomad, on the other hand, pretty good operator to ban, honestly, but then again, there is an operator substitute that exists on the attack, and that is, of course, Gridlock with her track stingers. A similar area to Nomad's air jabs, arguably even wider, depending on how free that region is that her track stingers are taking control of. If it's a wide open room, like most of First Floor offices is, then that is a gigantic area that's been taken over, and the defenders either have to shoot all of the tracks out, which is going to create noise, giving away their position, or they have to push from somewhere else. That is map control in terms of Gridlock, along with, of course, the F90, a beautiful gun in its own right. Gets overshadowed by the M249 SAW that she has, but even then, a good kit, a good gadget, overall, a very good operator. Mostly just gets overshadowed by Nomad, really. Similar operators in their regards. But right now, Roxanne bringing in the Gridlock is doing what he can with those track stingers. You can already hear them being deployed on the other end of the map as Killsteel, interestingly enough, already just rotating in sight. Not much he can do. Probably trying to summon some sort of spin force. But we'll see how that works out. Hazy trying to play vertical right now, trying to find where Shazam is, who is interestingly enough sitting on a deployable shield and a reinforced hatch. Roxanne has gone down. Actually, I was speaking so much about the Gridlock. I guess Caster's Curse finally caught up to him as the Gridlock will fall, and that's a little early in the round for the Resistance, losing that first body. Not a good sign, as they may be a little shaky this round on their communication, maybe on their intel. As Cheesy Chinkin is still playing inside of the small cubby, and VIP is being pushed into a corner right now. He could be taken out any second now if he's not careful. Danu's going for the push. He looked away for a second, but he will still get the kill as the AK-12 comes out and Cheesy Chinkin drops. That is a retaliation for the kill onto Roxanne from earlier, as the man count will be equalized and the summer breaches are going off towards the VIP wall. Little bit of a standstill right now. Cherry, he knows that there's somebody towards the white stairs, and in fact there is. It is the GSG-9 counterpart to the IQ. That is Easy, the Bandit. Just waiting in the wings. He's been spotted, mind you. The pings are coming out, and Cherry's gonna make this push happen. The man is distracted, and that is exactly what he needed. Distracted by the amount of drones coming his way. Easy will fall, as it is now a 4v3. 40 seconds remain as the resistance needs to get in there, but they still haven't dislodged the smoke, who is playing on 2 angles right now. He's got Hecko for help on the 90 hallway, but he's also got to be careful of the push coming in from the aquarium side. The Wamai is still alive, but for how long? We'll find out. Has he going to come in with the lifelines? No, he's going to come in with his gun. He sees the Wamai's head. Tiny angle right there, but he will still take that. It's now a 2v4. Smokes are going out. 15 seconds remaining. They have to get the plant off. The ace will drop in the meanwhile. 2v3. And will the diffuser go down? It is starting to. Prodigy's going for it, but the gas grenades are doing so much damage, and the denial comes in. Hecko's going to push up through it all, and he's denied it. Has he done it successfully? Looks like he has. Through the fire, the flames, and the smokes from the smoke himself, it is all down to the Jaeger to hold it off for his team, as the diffuser could not be planted, and we'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen. What a play and a half from the side of the defense as Throw Syndicate manages to equalize, going 4-4 onto round 9, and we are now headed to first floor kitchen and service entrance.
Well, first floor kitchen and service entrance is where we're headed, and quite the denial coming in from the side of the defense over there. Allowed to walk away with that Hecko, with one heck of a play, honestly. That was really good stuff from the man. I'm not sure what the IQ and the Zofia were up to. The plant is going down right in front of them. How was Hecko allowed to just, waltz in and deny the plant, taking cover from the bomb, and then walks away with another frag onto the IQ? Well, that was at that point they already lost the round, honestly. But coming back to this match, it's coastline, people. Anything can happen. Stuff like this is exactly what I talk about when it happens to be this map in specific. Round 9 will be underway. We've got the kitchen being employed as the site, and hey, it's been the to and fro for both these teams, and that's exactly what I expect from every single match today. Honestly, that's what we are in store for, because it is indeed the finale for the qualifiers of season 2. So only one team that is will be the champion out of this phase that we happen to be seeing playing today. So yeah, the champion of this phase 2 of the qualifiers will be able to get themselves a nice spot secured in Division 3 of the league. That being said, we've got Danu taking some damage. He did get a little confused with the Alibi's Prisma that did get spotted on the side of the spawn, out of a very general spawn peak we get to see from the sunrise window. As Easy himself, the Alibi, is all the way on the side of Billiards. We've got Hecko playing on side along with Cheesy Chimkins, and Shazam will be playing on the side of Offices. The push-up should be in any moment now, at least in terms of map control that the Resistance is expecting to make. But hey, we've only got some drone works coming in from the attackers, at least as of now. Every single one of them will be on drones. We've got Cherry. He's going to go for the rappel onto White Stairs window. There's nobody here, honestly. Yeah, that's why he's going to go for the rappel in as well. And hey, it's good stuff, and it's low stuff that we get to see so far. And that's not a bullet hole I think the Alibi will be able to use. But the moment he happens to make use of one, his position does get given away. A possible pre-fire coming in. That's just a random stray bullet. Easy is already getting the reconstruction done along with Danu, while Cherry takes some damage. A possible C4 was that. I think that is exactly what he took that damage from. It was very immediate damage. We do see Gridlock Singers coming out, watching for the back, and just the flank stuff and whatnot. AZ meanwhile does pick up a kill on the kill steal, and that'll be the smoke on site. Unfortunate. You've got your anchors dying early, and that just means the fact that your roamers are gonna have to do so much more heavy lifting. It just happens to turn the tides usually in the favor of the attackers once the anchors do get taken out. The retake potential is something that every site happens to offer, but not always. Danu is going to get the second frag for this round. That's going to be on the Cheesy Chimkins. Shazam knows there's somebody coming up from the White Stairs, but is this peak right? He could be picking this fight any moment now, but it'll be Raksan meanwhile who's making his push happen from the side of Service Entrances. Shazam still on the side of Deception, holding this down strong and easy. Well, Cherry has spotted him and he will take him out. But here's a refrag right back in place. Very quick to the trigger, honestly. There's a very quick refrag coming in from Easy. Was that from above? Alright, I thought that was from the long angle being employed by Heko. But that was from the alibi. Meanwhile, Heko does get a frag on the gun. The plant will be stuck though. Prodigy is the one going for it while the top row is not being watched, and this is exactly the mistake once again happening. And that's the second time Heko has denied a diffuser back to back in 2 rounds, and he is still sticking for it. What are you doing, the Resistance? What is this? What are we getting to witness? What is this? Why did the Resistance have to go for the reattempt of the plan? I'm sorry, I sound a little too off and a little too surprised and a little too demeaning to what the Resistance just happened to bring out. But that does deserve the reaction I happened to give it, because that was very bad. You had to stick the plan. We get it. There was no time, but you know for a fact there's a defender right beside you, and you still would go for the diffuser plant and stick. Not the best of decision makings from the side of the Resistance. And hey, I wouldn't be surprised if stuff like this is what takes them out of the phase 2 of the qualifiers.
Just like Foxy, I mean, our cams were, of course, disabled on stream, ladies and gentlemen, so you couldn't see my reaction, but I had almost none. I was stuck, frozen in place, absolutely speechless to what we got to see. The Resistance, what was that? I understand the first time making that mistake, sure, but the diffuser recovery, I'm slipping over my words. The diffuser recovery was successful, but then why did they go back to the spot that got them killed? Nothing, no cover established, no one, and then the jump out. How is Easy allowed to just sit outside of the building, detected and everything? His live position given away, and he is able to get away with that.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
I am sorry, but I cannot mince my words here. I cannot lowball this any more than I already am, because, like, had I just been sitting in Discord, not actually casting, I would be saying much worse, ladies and gentlemen. Let me guarantee you that much. I'm pretty sure everyone would be. Everyone at home probably is cursing the Resistance right now, and I am not surprised. I am genuinely not surprised, and will not be, if that is the round that loses them this entire game. It all lies on this. Their entire qualification into Division 3 lies on this, and plays like that are not about to help, not even in the slightest. Drones are coming out from the side of the Resistance. This time they need to make sure that the intel game is on point, and they need to make sure that they're covering for each other every single second of the round. Throw Syndicate had some very good attacking rounds pre-roll swap. The only reason they lost round 6 was because their mistakes were a few too many and a few too often. The Resistance, they've done well to get the 4 rounds that they have, but these last couple of rounds honestly has not been the best showing from them. Easy, in the meanwhile, got a bit of a prone angle going on inside of the reception area, but he's been spotted and he will still get the kill. How is he allowed to get away with that? Again, Cherry will fall. The IQ goes down, and barely minimal damage done to Easy considering the number of bullets fired. The Resistance falling apart at the seams right now, but they've still got a minute 15 to try and finish this round. All right, that took me by surprise, using the Excalibur pellets for vertical angles. A minute remains, 60 seconds for the side of the Resistance. They need to get in there, they need to get the plant off, and they need to try and finish off these last few defenders. If they're not able to meet at least 2 of those 3 requirements, they will go down, and match point will go the way of Throw Syndicate. Gas grenades are starting to come out. That is from Killsteel holding off the Sunrise door. Thatcher's EMPs are coming out, but how effective will they be? Roxanne trying to find somebody in the blue bar window, but the angles have already been established. Throw Syndicate has had more than enough time, but a down will come out and Easy will go down. That's a big kill that they desperately needed, but with so much time left and Thanu going down, is it going to be enough? A 4 versus 3, and Shazam might have just completely turned this round around. Has he, however? Surprise drop comes in, and he will only get 1 and go down quickly. It's now 3v2. Killsteel got the refrag. The shotgun comes out. He's dropped diffuser, and another one. What not. Get the double, finish it out, get out of my sight. That is what Killsteel's thinking right now, as he will finish off the attackers for another round on first floor bar. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Throw Syndicate taking match point in this match, and looks like we have been thrown out of the game. The observers have been thrown out of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. As it goes, disconnection, this time from our side. Hopefully, the teams pause what they are doing and give us time to
We'll be able to reconnect, I think, quickly enough. So
we should be.
we should be. It's that little rush to the
A
game,
little
you know.
error,
And,
yeah.
it's just it's just that like it's almost equal to joining back a RAM game, and looks like we're back in, people. No more Rios, don't worry, people. We are back in the game, and we'll be on 6-4 match point. That Gamer Syndicate happen to sit on themselves. So right now, 6-4 is definitely a very nice goal and that they have gotten for themselves. And yeah, it looks like a Rios is being requested from the side of from the side of um sorry, I completely
Attackers need to locate
you
and
see,
defuse as many bombs
it's a huge confusion between the fact that I know Gamer Syndicate from a long time, and yeah, so we will be going to Rios, people. As I just happened to jinx it, I guess, that we won't be having any Rios, but we will be having a Rios right now, and that's going to be because the resistance needs a Rios. But that out of the way, coming back to what I was saying, it's very confusing. Is the fact that Gamer Syndicate are just having the name put as Throw Syndicate now, but it's the resistance who's happening to be a little more inclined towards that kind of place. It's just been, I'm not sure. It's looking very off what the resistance has brought on board today, but I'll definitely be looking forward from them after this Rios, maybe possibly getting 2 rounds back to back on board, and getting the possible equalizer and taking us to overtime. Speaking of which, Blackjack, any thoughts into the match that we? This is possibly the longest match we've had so far. Honestly, yeah, this should break all the records now.
I mean, there is still some competition. I remember a game
Yeah.
that I was casting with Baba a couple of weeks ago, actually, earlier this week, in fact. And that was a Rio screen for the ages. We ended up talking about our afternoon lunches. It went on so long. But coming back to the point at hand, I have absolutely no idea what the Resistance has been thinking for these last 2 rounds, ladies and gentlemen. Last
I
two
thought-
rounds.
So I honestly thought when you were like coming back to the point in hand, you were going to ask what did I have in lunch today afternoon. Like just from the follow up of you and Baba Gusta having lunch. But anyways, no, just please carry on. Love to hear what you have to say about this one.
Absolutely. I mean, all right, sure. In the heat of the moment, I may have said some ridiculously harsh things against the Resistance's attack. And thing is, there is no justifying the way they decided to play that kitchen round, because I cannot for the life of me think why. The first diffuser drop is fine. You may have thought that the smoke cover was enough. You might not have, predicted that the push would come through the bathroom. That is totally fine. Understandable. Why did the second plant go the same place? I have no idea. Right? And until we, hear from the players of the Resistance themselves, we will, I guess, never know. But that is a point, of discussion for later. But there was, of course, another very similar issue in the previous round. That was on round 8 on second floor hookah. It was a 2v2. It was a 3v2, actually. And it was a potential round win condition, in fact, for the Resistance. They were getting the plant off. They had cover. The gas grenades weren't doing any damage, well, not enough damage to the planter to stop him from getting the plant off. And what happens? Hecko, again, just goes through it all. Everything. Firing, bullets, smoke, gas grenades going off, chaos all over the place.
No, my
Hecko
real question right now is, Blackjack, honestly, I'm sorry once again to interrupt
No,
you.
no.
But yeah, so that round in specific, okay, the one where Hecko happened to walk away with that double denial of the diffuser. So not the one on hookah, obviously the one on kitchen. So the way it happened to go down is there's somebody covering from the top floor, because we did see Hecko take so much damage as he moved through the rotation, while he was ducked in and he was moving.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
So floor breach was being used, and all right, I can only understand the fact that Heko was too quick for for the spray to work and get a frag. So it's okay, he moved out of that. But where was the communication from there on? Like, how did the first planter even die despite having eyes on the man? And even if the first planter died, why did the second man reattempt the plant in the same place with almost no time gap? It's not even the fact that, all right, I know that the Jaeger has fallen back. There's literally no care or no concern whatsoever for for that round. Honestly, from the resistance, it was just uh, it was just a huge series of mistakes that they're able to bring up. They're able to get so much map control. I just don't get this. They're doing everything right except for how to plant a diffuser so far.
That is
That's just been the thing.
That has definitely been the case, ladies and gentlemen. And actually, I didn't catch on to the Jaeger, that is Heko, taking a damage as he moved in to deny that first time, because it was sort of like a heat in the moment thing I was watching and all that. And I kind of got invested in how he was able to get up there despite there being smoke grenades and somebody watching from service entrance. There was an operative there, mind you, before Easy, the alibi, went for that big run out that secured him a first kill and the second kill, which denied vertical cover. At some point, of course, the question needs to be asked. Resistance, they have been pacing their rounds pretty well. Their attacking rounds, initially, they go well. They get the roamers down. Even a couple of anchors inside. That round was the same round where the smoke inside a site had been killed by verticality. And what happens? Turns out, all they need is Jaeger. All they need is for Heko to push in, get an angle, get the kill. And Resistance definitely needs to step it up. They only have 1 round's worth of chance. If they win 2 rounds from here, they will be able to push for overtime and then get the victory, but they have to keep up the momentum. Once they do something right, they have to stick to it instead of trying to switch it out and change things up and potentially risk losing the match. And we will see that live right now as we are back from the Rios between Throw Syndicate and the Resistance, ladies and gentlemen. Just making sure that everything is fine and dandy between both teams and the round history. Turns out it is, and we will be going back into the match right here, right now, for what could yet be the last round of the game.
That's right, this could be the last round, people. 6-4, and Throw Syndicate look so much more in control than where Resistance happens to stand, but I wouldn't still be counting them out, people. They still have had an amazing track record, and is that a Tachanka pick from the defense? No, that's my pick. Quickly using the 6 pick to their advantage, and will be headed into the game right now.
Defenders protect
In
the
just a
bombs
bit. There we
being
go.
defused
We're
by
into the game,
attackers.
and we've got Shazam. He's running the Bomai. We did see him take that 6 pick. Kill Steal has brought out the smoke, while Easy has brought out the Goyo. The GSGN brothers, apart from that, will be into play. And hey, honestly, this is looking very promising. Just from the lineup of the defensive ops, it looks like Throw Syndicate is has come prepared to what Resistance is trying to offer with the Goyo pick coming in from the side of Easy. I think they're slowly opening up their strategy book and going on about this. But if they do happen to win this will not be the end of it, people.
5 seconds left.
They will have to fight again in the finals. That's right.
Attackers objective.
This is indeed the semi-finals for today. Let's see who happens to take this away. Action phase will be underway. We've got Tamima on the side of the attackers, while I think Shazam's a little too invested in getting his my charge out of that little area he happened to just pop it into. He could just destroy it if it does happen to be, on the hindsight doing damage to you, but no, this is just not the case. Prodigy has brought out the Thatcher once again, while Roxanne will be on the Jackal. Got Cherry running the IQ, while we got Hazy on the Zofia and Dano on the Ace. Once again, very nice stuff from the side of the defense, but this time the Resistance has definitely come prepared, and they could be able to get this breach done right and out. In fact, on the hatch, that is. Will they be able to do so or not is the real question. Hazy has already made his way downstairs. Has gotten enough of whatever he's trying to do here, but the breaches will be a little bit of a difficulty for the ace. And there you go, the Vomai charges. Oh my god, that is so nice. One Selma, one Selma breach already taken care of with Shazam's pre-placed Vomai frisbees. Great stuff from the man, and obviously they are the Vomai magnets. I know for a fact, but it's just that I call it a frisbee. It feels good. It feels like I'm a teenager again. That out of the way, we have EasyGS is chilling on downstairs all the way. I wouldn't say that's the best place for the Goyo to play, but honestly, we've seen Goyo plays like this in our region quite a bit, where Goyos love to roam. And look at this man. Look at the Vomai doing so much work already. That's 3 pieces of utility the man has eaten alone, and he's not even done anything moving away from his position. That's good stuff already. Good emphasis from the side of Throw Syndicate, but I wouldn't really count the resistance out, at least not until the plant is going down. They've been good about that, but Vomai walks away with the frag. He's actually sitting in front of the shield. That was a total IQ move coming in from him. Honestly, that is not something that the IQ was expecting herself, and that's what threw her off balance just a little bit, and that window was enough for him to convert into a frag. Roxanne does get the refrag right back onto him though, and that'll be Shazam taking the fall. Well, unfortunately for Shazam, he's not been able to do so much damage to the other attackers, except for that one attacker he happened to take down. And that means we are... Oh, nice EMP. Just fell off right at that little floorboard space. Sadly, that's not where they wanted it to go out, but there you go. The second EMP does bring up the follow-up. 10 seconds left, and this is exactly the moment for Heko to maybe run into for the denial once again. No, the kill goes up from Danun. That'll be Cheesy Chimkins from down below. He goes down. Heko once again goes wide, but he'll be caught this time. No way. They are walking away with this. And what? Wait.
The diffuser was dropped yet again, ladies and gentlemen.
Amazing. Amazing stuff, man. I cannot believe this. What is this match? Dude, how can they let the diffuse... Okay, I'm just going to mute myself. I'm getting a little too carried away with my emotions. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick with what I usually do. 7-4. Quite the match we got to witness today. Hey, I'm out of words. Honestly, I am out of words, but it was well played from the side of Throw Syndicate. They will be walking away with a 7-4 victory, and they'll be finding themselves in the finals for tonight's matches of Season 2's finale. That being said, Blackjack, any closing thoughts on what just happened?
I mean, closing thoughts are one thing, but I'm pretty sure that is probably in the one time and the most opportune time that you've ever made a prediction, Foxy. You said that this could be the moment where Heko goes in and drops the diffuser, and he did it. But this time the moment went by so quickly you couldn't quite catch on to it. But I saw it just out of the corner of my eye in the kill feed. It happened again. Even though there was cover, they couldn't even get the kill off. They had cover. They just couldn't get him down in time. We'll see that and many others in a Relive the Moment, of course, where we go over the highlights of the game right now, ladies and gentlemen. Starting all the way back from the very first round where, honestly, we were a lot better off without so many issues, and then the subsequent rounds that we have seen from both teams. It's been a great game and a half, ladies and gentlemen. But, of course, it has to have come to an end, and right now, Throw Syndicate are the ones to have gone ahead into the lower bracket finals. They are looking very solid right now, while the Resistance, well, as it turns out, those 2 rounds were exactly why they lost, because they repeated that mistake a 3rd time. Anyway, we've harped on about that mistake a lot, and that discussion can be tabled for later. Right now, coming back to the point at hand, this was a pretty good defense coming out from Throw Syndicate. This was, the Resistance. This kind of stuff Resistance was doing early was actually pretty good. They were taking the lead, and they were, just making sure that Throw Syndicate were kept on their toes at all time. But then Throw Syndicate started bringing it back with this round. Killsteal just walks into sight, and then Cheesy Chimkins finishes off the last kill. After this, it was Throw Syndicate for the next couple of rounds. Rounds 4 and 5 went their way as Hazy caught in the 1v1 against the IQ. It was a slightly drawn-out battle, admittedly speaking. Hazy was doing good to dip and dodge between all of the bullets coming his way, but the G8 was the one to to answer and take the final laugh right towards the end, as a 1 HP Doc with 0 stims unfortunately could not make those plays happen. This time, and in round 5, this was a very impressive attacking round coming out from Throw Syndicate, using everything in their arsenal, every single piece of utility to their maximum. And Prodigy left all alone inside of Hookah's second floor. There was only so much he could do, and ended up running right into the waiting arms of the Ace. Round 6, however, was the round where we thought that, maybe Throw Syndicate, the Resistance, might be turning things around. They did take a couple of rounds, the last round pre-roll swap and the first round post. And this one, the 1v2 from Echo could have been in play, but Roxanne, just like we saw, playing smart, using the Selma breaches against the attackers themselves, and then going into attack. Resistance did well to take their first round. It was a nearly flawless round, mind you, with only one body being dropped. That was Sherry from EZC4. And even then, there was only so much the Bandit could do, caught on the blue stairs as he tried to push up, and Thunder was there right in the hallway to finish him off. But after that, Throw Syndicate decided, all right, you know what, enough of this. We are coming back. We are bringing this back as soon as possible. And they not only did that, they did it in style. A couple of 2v4s in this. This is where it all really began. Hecko, you can see the smoke going off, fire and everything, and he just pushes up, gets the drop, gets another kill, in fact. As Sherry tried to push him, he finally did get down, but there was only so much that could be done from the side of the attack. And then we have the infamous round, ladies and gentlemen, the round that will be memed to death, at least for the next couple of weeks. Hecko gets that first down. That is fine. The first diffuser, we've already discussed this, but the second one, why? That's all I have to say to that. Why? And as Throw Syndicate continued to take more and more rounds, there were more and more mistakes from the Resistance that were becoming very apparent. Not watching their flanks, not giving themselves back-to-back cover, going for solo pushes and plays that did not and would not work out no matter how hard they tried. And Killsil really, with the shotgun, just knowing that he didn't even need to confirm the kill, the Gridlock was pushing in, he had the call, he took the kill. And this one, we were waiting for the C4 from Cheesy Chimkin for the longest time, only to get denied. And then as soon as the chaos starts, you can just see slowly the camera will switch right now, and we'll see. There we go. You can see Hecko going in, gets the drop. He does get taken out, but it's way too late for the attackers. Way too late to recover the diffuser, and way too late to win any more rounds. That has been the game, ladies and gentlemen. The first game of the night, and an exciting one, an electrifying one indeed, as it has gone on for quite a while as well. And we'll be taking a quick break before we come back with Statics Gaming versus Lethal Evil, the second semifinal of the lower brackets. Stay tuned.